You may have had your parents moan at you in the past. Turn that music down! But do you really know the dangers of listening to your music too loud? Do you really care? YOLO, right? It's only a bit of music. It's your life, you can do what you want. Well, while music is awesome, unfortunately you're the one who will have to deal with hearing loss if you don't take care of your hearing. 10% of adults in the UK suffer from tinnitus and hearing damage, and often it starts from a younger age. This is hearing loss. Hearing damage and tinnitus. You will have it for life. There is no escape, and there is no cure for hearing damage or tinnitus. Hearing damage is cumulative, so the earlier your hearing starts getting damaged, the quicker it will get to the point where it affects your everyday life. You're probably too busy enjoying your favourite tunes to think about it, but listening to music can damage your hearing more than you think. It just depends on how you're listening to it and how long for. Our ears are a lot more sensitive than you might think. Listening to music in your earphones can be dangerous if you're listening to music very loudly. We're not designed to be listening to high volumes that close to our ears for a long time. Being in a club, at a gig or a festival are some of the most obvious. You may have come out of one of these in the past and had a ringing in your ears. This ringing is hearing damage. The ringing should go after half a day, but the long-term damage has been done, and is irreversible. The more you expose yourself to these environments, the more at risk of hearing damage you become. We're not here to tell you not to go to clubs or gigs. You're young, have fun, go crazy, live life to the fullest, but be smart about your hearing, because long-term hearing damage can affect you later on in life. But how loud is too loud? Well, now for the sciencey bit. Volume is measured in decibels. For every increase of 3 decibels, the sound energy doubles. 20 decibels is a quiet room at night. 70 decibels is a city street. 80 decibels is the danger level. Long-term exposure to anything above this level is critical for hearing loss. 100 decibels is a pneumatic drill and is also the maximum volume on some MP3 players. 110 decibels is a nightclub with a DJ blasting out your favourite tune. 115 decibels is a live concert of your favourite band. 120 decibels is an aeroplane taking off. 120 to 140 decibels is the pain threshold. You wouldn't stand next to a pneumatic drill for 2 hours, would you? You would cover your ears and walk away. But because you're listening to music, you aren't always thinking about the volume. Won't my ears get used to loud music? Unlike muscles or memory, your ears don't adapt to what they're dealing with. Loud music affects everyone's hearing, and the damage will build to the point where you will notice it. At what point does it become irreversible? It's hard to say. Everyone has slightly different tolerances, but continued exposure to loud volumes drastically increases your risk of hearing loss. Once you have hearing damage or tinnitus, it can't be fixed. So here we are banging on about hearing damage, but what does that really mean will happen, and how will it affect you? Chris Martin, will.i.am and Plan B all have a form of hearing damage called tinnitus. This is a constant ringing in your ears that never goes away. Hearing damage can affect you in different ways. It may vary from person to person. It may be waves whooshing in your ears, it may be ringing or muffled and hard to hear. Imagine hearing a constant ringing in your ears for the rest of your life, all day, every day. It would drive you crazy. Hearing damage is linked with depression, anxiety, stress, paranoia, and sleeping problems. It can change the way you live your life, your mood, and the way you interact with other people. It can make you feel isolated. It's only you that has to deal with it. You may find it more difficult to communicate with other people and become tired and stressed because you have to concentrate to listen. Don't worry though, it's not all doom and gloom. There are things you can do to help protect your hearing for the future. Earplugs. You wear protection when you're having sex, right? The same is for loud music. There are lots of different types of earplugs, some for musicians, some for ravers, some for DJs. You can find them at your local music store or online. At first you may feel stupid wearing earplugs in a club, but you'll get used to them and thank yourself in the long run. Don't stand next to the speakers. It might seem fun being right next to those speakers in the club, feeling that bass drop and the air blast your face, but this is badly affecting your ears and doing a lot of damage to your hearing. Get some decent headphones. Most music players come with a pair of earphones, but these are usually pretty poor and leak a lot of sound, also letting a lot of background noise in, which means you have to turn it up to hear your favourite tunes. Switching from earphones to headphones will damage your hearing less. If you can, get some noise cancelling headphones. They block out all of that extra noise so you can just listen to the music. They're a bit more expensive, but your ears will thank you. Use the 60-60 rule. Take regular breaks and have a hearing detox. It's the combination of volume and length of exposure that can cause hearing loss. The 60-60 rule is, listen to your music device for 60 minutes at 60% of the maximum volume and then take a break. Ears that get a rest have time to recover and are less likely to be damaged. To conclude, music is everywhere. Think about it, be smart about how you're listening to it. Your ears won't get used to loud music. Damage will build up and you could have hearing damage later in your life. Hearing damage cannot be cured. Most people with hearing damage related to music wish that they could change how they'd listened to music when they were younger and had used protection. Get some earplugs for your favourite nights out. Don't stand next to speakers even if it does seem fun. Get some decent headphones. Use the 60-60 rule.